News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. News 46 is also brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Red Apple Fireworks. You've never seen anything like it. Nevada's elite fireworks shopping experience. Red Apple Fireworks. News 46 is also brought to you by
Senior Dimensions is a Medicare Advantage plan with 25 years of experience in Nevada. Visit seniordimensions.com today and find out more.
Tonight on News 46, a structure is completely destroyed by fire, a new type of yoga. This one involves forgiveness. And The Way Christian Fellowship is sponsoring 2 concerts. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell and news across Nevada with Janet Eric. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, May 24th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale for News 46. Topping our news tonight, a fully engulfed structure fire on the south end of town last night had emergency crews battling just to access the building behind a metal structure and the main house.
We're actually on Capricorn on the very south end of town. And just before 8 o'clock this evening, we were dispatched for a report of a structure fire. Shortly after our response, we were informed that it was a well-involved structure. It was nearby exposures. So we had a lot of things to contend with during the early stages. As you can see, there's also limited access to the property. So we had to take a lot of due caution when we get the apparatus close.
It's kind of hard to find the location.
Yeah, we just followed the big smoke column, so that certainly helped us in this case. But as you can see, though, it was behind several other buildings, and it actually did have direct extension onto this steel structure directly behind me. And that is a structure that measured at 32 by 41. So there's a lot of potential with this particular fire this evening. Crews did a great job. They got water on the fire very quickly. They went inside and protected the exposure structure with no further damage. The only thing we had to be careful is this particular structure was well involved today. It also had a basement. So we had to be extremely careful of moving the firefighters in and out of the area.
There might have been chemicals and other flammables in the basement?
Yeah, it's not necessarily chemicals, but as I understand, they had propane stored down there, medical grade oxygen, some other things. And they had used it as generalized storage.
And tell me, why do you think that the structure was so involved when they discovered it?
It appears to be a wood frame structure, probably of older vintage. It's probably dried out from numerous years of the sun. But as far as what actually causes fire, we're in the investigative phase now.
And all the equipment that we used tonight?
Oh, yeah, plenty of equipment. There was 2 engines, a water tender, 2 ambulances, and a command vehicle.
Are we bringing out the state fire marshal, or are we going to be doing the investigation?
At this point, we're going to be conducting the investigation internally, and we'll be checking that property at the rear and see what may have contributed to the ignition tonight.
And I saw that there was some smaller animals, at least to the back area. No animals or humans injured?
There were no injuries whatsoever. Everyone cleared the residence. The family is safe. The primary structure remains intact. Valley Electric's en route. They're going to do an evaluation and see if we can limit the amount of electricity going to that particular area, so we'll isolate it. And so we should have a much better idea on that in the next few minutes.
Governor Ryan Sandoval announced the appointment of our new district court judge. She is Las Vegas attorney Kimberly Wanker. She will replace the late Judge John Davis, who died in January at age 76. She currently has a home in Pahrump and in Las Vegas. KPVM will be introducing our new judge to the community on Friday night's newscast. The town board is investigating the feasibility of building an amusement park right here in Pahrump. We spoke to Don Holbrook and the Pahrump Community Business Economic Development Manager, Al Balloqui.
Well, we're a national public policy company that does strategic assessments on projects around the country and the world for economic development, what we call catalyst projects that cause things to happen.
And CEI is involved in this. What is CEI?
Contour Entertainment Incorporated is out of Los Angeles, and they're our strategic partners in these kind of projects where it involves putting together the thematic side of something. They're former Disney Imagineers, and as a matter of fact, the president's a former head Imagineer for Disney. All Disney folks out of the Disney house, so very creative guys and gals.
And you're going to be speaking at the town board meeting tonight. Tell me some of the projects that Contour Entertainment is working on right now.
Well, we have projects all over the world, in Australia, in China, in India. Here in North America, of course, we have a major, huge project in Houston, Texas, which is one of the largest theme parks. It's a green theme park, the largest in the world, and projects in Europe. So we've probably 5 or 6 big projects going on around the world right now.
You're looking to do a project here in Pahrump. Why Pahrump?
Well, Las Vegas is the number one, still the number one destination place in the United States, with 40+ million people flying in and probably another 10 or 15 million coming in here by car. And that market, has been largely left pent up for family opportunities to do something besides just gambling. And so we think being this close to that market is a great opportunity to create an additional attraction to get people out here and have them spend some money on some other things.
Where are you looking to open up in Pahrump?
Don't know yet. That's something we're going to investigate and find the best location, because what we want is the best location that'll make the enterprise the most successful.
And we're going to be doing a study?
Yes, we do. What we'll do is we don't do studies unless we're interested in doing a project. We only do, as I always say, I will only do a study in support of what I think a real project should happen. So we don't do studies just to do studies. We're very much performance-based, and we only want to do something in support of building something.
This would be a question for Al. We paid for a study to be done?
Do we pay for the study?
Did we pay for a study to be done, or are we looking to pay for a study?
Well, we're looking to pay for a study to be done, but we're reimbursed when the project becomes a reality. The study, we would go ahead, and that's our partnership, the public-private partnership into that, and then once the project is developed out, the town is reimbursed for that in the form of intellectual property rights.
How likely will the study lead to an actual project?
As Don just said, probably 100%. Otherwise, he wouldn't be coming here. They don't do studies; they do his projects.
And what's the cost to the community?
Well, over the long term, I think this first phase is $150,000. I think
correct.
for the initial concept, and what we'll end up doing is, as Al said, what we require is that when the project goes underway, that the community gets reimbursed for all of its hard costs it is invested in developing what we call the intellectual property rights.
And is this approach unique, and why?
I would tell you that I think it's very unique. We use this all over the world, though, and it's something that we've really been the innovators of, and we think it's something that leads to very successful projects, because you always get the right project in the right market because we fit it to the market. Therefore, it's something that investors want to invest in.
How many employees are we looking at, or we're not even at that phase right now?
No idea yet. I don't know the scale or scope yet. So.
How can people find out more about it?
Well, they could go ahead and tune into the town board meeting tonight, and better yet, to even come and listen, and then go ahead and voice their opinion. We'll also be having some information on the advertisement that's going to run here with a phone number and my email address, where you could email me or give me a call, and if you have questions, we'll go ahead and then put it to the town board.
And the Pahrump Town Board meeting is tonight at 7 p.m. in the Commissioner's Chambers at the Calvada Eye. What is forgiveness yoga? You can find out all about it tomorrow night at A Healing Touch. Dr. Michael Ryce and Chandini Breathwaite invite you to attend.
Well, you may remember Dr. Michael Ryce and his forgiveness sessions and his book, Why Is This Happening to Me Again? And Chandini Breathwaite and her yoga classes. Well, the two have paired up at the Healing Touch on Post Road. We're going to talk about Wednesday's class as well as Thursday night sessions at Healthcare Partners of Nevada.
Yes, on Wednesday we're going to start forgiveness yoga classes at A Healing Touch Center, which is at 2281 East Postal Drive, Suite 9, and their number is 775-751-0552. So yeah, we're going to be teaching forgiveness yoga, which is a combination of hatha yoga, yoga exercises, and also with relaxation and release and tension of the mind through forgiveness yoga through Dr. Ryce's work.
You guys have kind of paired up.
Well, yes, we've been working together on this idea of bringing forgiveness into the body through yoga, and of course it was Chandini's idea to bring the two together. She had attended some of our workshops over at the Universal Wisdom Center. And so on Thursday nights, we'll be doing, or Thursday night this week, I'm still in town, I'll be heading out the next week, but we'll be at the Healthcare Partners Center, or Medical Center, in here in Calvada. Calvada, yeah, I have a challenge with that word. And we'll be teaching the ancient Aramaic idea of forgiveness based on my book, Why Is This Happening to Me Again, and what you can do about it. How do you go inside yourself and remove what doesn't belong? And what Chandini is doing is showing people how to open the body on a physical level so that physical forgiveness takes place. So it's a pretty awesome combination.
Wonderful. Chandini, I know that you've been at the Universal Wisdom, and are you going to be stationed out of Healing Touch now?
I am. I'm also at First Move Fitness, so you can pick a schedule there for yoga classes. But at the Healing Touch, it's going to be more specific forgiveness yoga, and you can join with them. You can call them and find out. We're also going to be doing on Mondays. We're going to be doing half-hour lunchtime sessions. So we will do it, and that you can actually go in your regular work attire, so you don't have to change and everything.
No sweat, right?
No sweat, and it will be really stress releasing, and it would also be connecting with the forgiveness yoga.
So how can people sign up?
They can call the number there. Again, it's 775-751-0552, and they can get a schedule and they can book appointments too.
And Mike Royce, one more time about the event that's happening over there at Healthcare Partners.
Well, if people want to tap into, you can download my book free, Why Is This Happening to Me Again, from the website, www.whyagain.com. You can go there, download the book free. Thursday night at Healthcare Partners Medical Center on Calvada, here in Pahrump, we'll be doing a support group. And the first and third Thursdays of every week, there is a support group at the Medical Center for people who are wanting to heal.
What time is that?
7 o'clock every Thursday, the first and third Thursdays of the month.
And for more information, they can go to your website.
They can go to my website. Yes, there's a flyer on the website under schedules, and you can also call the Healthcare Partners. Dr. Stephen Andraki is the one who's sponsoring the work at Healthcare Partners.
Thank you so much.
Delighted.
Thank you.
And once again, you can call Healthcare Partners for more information. That's 751-5500 for those classes with Dr. Michael Ryce. Otherwise, give Healing Touch on Postal Road a call for all those sessions that they're going to have for forgiveness yoga. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Coming up, 2 special concerts are coming to Pahrump, and your car may soon be more like an airplane. We'll have all this and more right after the break. Please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. News 46 is also brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Red Apple Fireworks. You've never seen anything like it. Nevada's elite fireworks shopping experience. Red Apple Fireworks.
Welcome back to News 46. 2 special concerts are being sponsored by The Way Christian Fellowship. Both of these popular shows are on Wednesday night.
Yeah, May 25th, we've got Righteous Vendetta as Bold as Lions, This Great Escape, and The Crosswalk. They're on tour right now, and they're coming through Pahrump, and they're playing with a local band out here from Pahrump called I Am of Terra, and they're going to be playing at the Way Baptist Fellowship, and the cost is $6. It's Wednesday, May 25th, and the doors open at 5 o'clock.
And tell me a little bit more about the bands. I know that, Vinny, you're in a band, right?
I was in a band a few years ago called the Iscariot Syndrome. We played a lot of local shows, and out of that, we got a team together that we do local shows here all the time. We try to do them periodically. We took a couple months off to kind of recuperate and kind of build a foundation, and now we're getting back. We want to get a lot of events planned this summer to give the kids something to do.
And Jake, yourself?
Absolutely. And another event coming up is on June 15th. We have All or Nothing, Eleonora, The Forerunner, and Alive in Me, and that'll be also at the Way Baptist Fellowship on Charleston Park. This is the flyer. Anybody?
We'll be showing everybody these great flyers. Is there a cost to get into this?
Yes, this one is also $6.
Wonderful. And tell me, these events are very popular here in Pahrump, and we're kind of lucky that these are coming through our town for the kids because they don't have to travel to go to these events.
That's our goal, because when I was a kid, I grew up in like hardcore music and stuff like that, and you know, to travel to Vegas sometimes can be a lot, and for kids that are like youth, like 12, 13, 14, that can't get into Vegas, we try to bring these bands out here so they have something to go do, and so just to bring them a little bit of hope and something positive to do.
Wonderful. And the way Baptist Fellowship having these events is important too, is it?
Yeah, they've been very gracious to let us use their new facility. I believe we're going to be in the warehouse, which is this 5,000 square foot warehouse. So it'll be eventually that'll be the place where the shows will be, and that's going to be a great room to have, you know, up to 1,000 people or so. So that'll be an awesome opportunity.
Where's that located at?
It's on Charleston Park. The address is 1620 Charleston Park, Pahrump, Nevada 89048.
Is there phone numbers or email address for more information?
Yeah, you can give me a call at 702-336-9469, or you can email me at vstraube, VSTRAUBE, @live.com.
Jan Lindsay is the local representative for the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, or RSVP as it's better known. We met up with her at the recent awards ceremony to tell us how you can get involved.
RSVP here in Pahrump has the telephone tree program, we have the transportation program, along with a respite for the caregiver. And anyone who is interested in volunteering for any of these positions, please call me at 751-5282. And if you have a client at home and if you need a break, please call me and we will get a volunteer over to your home for 4 to 5 hours at a time to let you get out, take a break, have lunch with friends, walk around the park, whatever it is you want to do. 751-5282.
And if you are a caregiver and you feel like you need to be there all the time, tell me a little bit about how you shouldn't feel guilty and why it's so important that they need to have this time off.
It's extremely important because, as we know, sometimes the caregiver is the first one to go into a rehab or actually dies before their client because they are so overstressed. They're on duty 24/7. And the last thing that anyone needs to feel is any guilt whatsoever. We are all human. We all need to take a break. And we'll be happy to provide the volunteer to allow the caregiver to take a break.
And this person that comes in, these respite caregivers, they really become part of the family. They become your friend. They become somebody that you can rely on. And it's not like bringing an outsider into your home that maybe if you're a little nervous about doing that. These are people that go through RSVP that have a lot of training and that you can depend on.
Yes, we do have we have training. We have quarterly training. We also go up to Carson City and or Reno once or twice a year for further training. And you're right, once our volunteer starts going in to stay with a client, they become very friendly with them, and a lot of our clients are in dementia, and we need to be able to make that person feel comfortable with our volunteers. So we go over and do an initial intake so that the family meets our volunteer, and the volunteer could sit and play Scrabble, watch television, bring out the old photos, whatever it is that makes the client feel comfortable and at home.
Tell me why you personally are involved with RSVP.
Because it makes me feel good. That's why. And I honestly think that volunteers of this country are pretty much running the country.
To see the entire award ceremony for RSVP, visit our YouTube site. All new cars will soon have the same technology as aircraft. Well, at least one piece of technology. Chances are, if your car has an airbag, it probably already has this black box.
Next month, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is expected to declare that all vehicles must contain an event data recorder, known more commonly as a black box. The device, similar to those found in aircraft, records vehicle inputs and, in the event of a crash, provides a snapshot of the final moments before impact. That snapshot could be viewed by law enforcement, insurance companies, and automakers. The device cannot be turned off, and you'll probably know little more about it than the legal disclosure you'll find in the owner's manual. The pending mandate looks to some like a gross overreact of government authority, or perhaps an effort by Uncle Sam and the insurance industry, or even automakers to keep tabs on what drivers are doing. But if you're driving a car with airbags, chances are there's already one of these devices under your hood. How much it affects you depends on where you live and what data points it records. How much it will affect you in the future may depend on a new set of standards that spell out exactly what data is collected and who can access it. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, folks, I wish I could sit here and tell you I have great news for you, and all those heavy winds I predicted yesterday are going to subside, and we're going to have a beautiful week. But then I would just be a liar. Folks, we've got lots of wind, lots of heat, and even some fire advisory coming up. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll have your 7-day forecast right after this break.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Folks, welcome back to News 46. I'm Rick Vale with your weather today. We have a fire weather watch coming up for us. It will remain in effect from Wednesday afternoon through Wednesday at 9 p.m. That is tomorrow. Southwest winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour, combined with the low humidity between 10 to 15%, is going to create some very big fire possibilities for us. Chances are a fire can start very easily and spread very quickly, so you're going to want to be very careful with all the dry weeds and junk we've got lying around in our yards over the past couple months. Moving on to today, we have a high of 83 degrees, winds out of the west, 8 miles per hour, gusts upwards of 19 miles per hour. Our pressure on the barometer dropped just a little bit for us, 29.92, with a UV index of 9, which is very high. Sunrise is at 5:32 a.m., and our record high is 105 degrees back in 2001. Tomorrow's looking pretty good, or tonight rather, is looking pretty good. Low is 61 degrees, winds out of the north-northeast at up to 12 miles per hour. Sunset will be at 7:50 p.m., and our record low was 46 degrees, if you can believe it, back in 1939. Tomorrow, bright and sunny, hot, 90 degrees with an overnight low of 64. Winds, very windy, southwest winds up to 22 miles per hour. Those are sustained winds that we're expecting with gusts upwards of 52 miles per hour. So you're going to want to be very, very careful out there tomorrow. It's going to be hot, it's going to be windy. Our UV index is 9, which is very high. Just an overall kind of bad day to be outside, really. Sunrise will be at 5:31 a.m. Our 7-day forecast is looking pretty much as dismal as our tomorrow forecast. Thursday, we got partly cloudy skies with gusts of about 30 miles per hour. 83 for the high, 55 for the overnight low. Friday, 37 mile per hour gusts with a high of 83 and 58 for the overnight low. Saturday on the weekend, 50 mile per hour gusts expected to roll right back in for us so we can all have a miserable weekend with a high of 84 and a low of 54. Sunday, 48 mile per hour gusts expected, with our lowest temperature of the next 7 days, 75 degrees for the high with 50 degrees for the overnight low. Starting off next week strong with 28 mile per hour gusts, a high of 81 and a low of 56. And Tuesday, 40 mile per hour gusts with a high of 92 and a low of 56. And folks, our worst weather in the nation today easily is Oklahoma. They suffered an F5 tornado which touched ground and stayed in F5 conditions for approximately 45 minutes. So I don't even need the graphic to tell you how terrible things are for those folks in Oklahoma, and I hope that you will all give them your prayers. Now, the extended version of the interview with son and daughter of murder victim Michael Frazier has been placed on KPVM's YouTube site, so you'll want to go on there and check it out. The Secretary of State Ross Miller's office will begin accepting declarations of candidacy for the September 13, 2011 special election, Wednesday, May 25th at 8 a.m. The filing period will run through June 30th. This is to fill the position that Congressman Dean Heller vacated. For more information, call 775-684-5705 or go to nvsos.gov. And folks, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale, and from everyone up here on the Hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Prob.